Hello and welcome to episode 27 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. My name's Jamie. Coming up on today's episode, I'm going to update you on our search for a new job. And the first thing you'll notice is that we're in October 2025, which means we've been out of work since May. And we now have, for the first time, been offered a job interview. So straight into it, and it's with Notts County, so we'll attend that one in just a moment. Okay, well, as you can see, the Notts County Board have invited me to attend an interview with them as they wish to discuss with me the possibility of becoming their new manager. The board are impressed with my record, which is why they've identified me as one of their top candidates. One of the reasons they've decided to offer me an interview is because they feel that I'd be an acceptable fit for the club's vision for the future. Doesn't specify what that is. The interview will give the board the opportunity to discuss their ambitions and plans with you in more detail, so we can reinforce our belief in your suitability for the role. So let's hit the attend interview button and get on with it. And as you can see, hello Jamie, thank you for agreeing to speak to us so we can put forward our vision for the club and allow you to suggest any alterations should you become our new manager. So glad you're giving me the chance. Let's get down to business. You have one relegation on your managerial record. Can you explain those circumstances? Yeah, well, we were favourites to be relegated anyway, so I'm going to convince them of that. Why have you only worked with a small selection of teams so far in your career? I've shown loyalty. You've struggled to command the support of your players in your most recent job. What can you say to address our concerns about that happening here? I wasn't given the time to turn things around. I'll say I've learned from it. Is it fair to say you haven't done a great job with the media? I'm always willing to improve. I just need that chance. Are you able to ease our worries about losing the backing of your players and subsequent airing of dirty laundry in public? No, there will be no problems with dressing room atmosphere. Are you willing to assure us you do a better job of maintaining a good dressing room atmosphere here than previous managers did? I'm extremely confident. Am I happy to work with Richard Montague, their director of football? Yeah, absolutely. What sort of budget are you anticipating needing to put together your backroom team? I want to make some changes, but I don't want to make loads. So, a good few, I'll say. In terms of the objectives, board culture is make progress on and off the pitch. Actionable objectives, work within the wage budget, absolutely fine. Grow the club's reputation, we'll do that. So no problem. Informational objectives, 1 year contract for players over the age of 34. I would prefer no year contracts. Avoid relegation in the current season. Be competitive. Challenge for the FA Trophy and grow the club's reputation, and then get promoted next season. I can get on board with that. And then they want a top half finish in League 2. So, be happy with that. Sounds good. Secure survival and avoid relegation. Is that fair? Yeah, it's absolutely fair. 147,000 transfer budget. That's massive for non-league. So I'll agree with that. That's fine. And a wage budget of 43,000. That again is huge, so that's fine. Do I want to make any requests? No, I don't. Okay, so that concludes the interview, and they'll get back to me in due course, and I'll be back with either an answer to that or with news of any further interviews elsewhere. I'll be back in a moment. Okay, well, it looks like we might be going to Notts County. Very quickly, they've come back to me and said, following your recent interview, I invite you to suggest any changes you'd like to make to Notts County's backroom staff. I'll enjoy the freedom of altering the contracts of or dispensing with the services of any staff currently contracted in Notts County. Staff at Notts County have already provided information on the roles and duties they're prepared to carry out, and upon your acceptance of the job will begin transitioning immediately. So let's suggest changes. Director of football we have to keep. Head of youth development, is he any good? Yeah, he's very good, so we're going to keep him in place. Notts County coaching staff. So Seb Barton, are you any good? He's a goalkeeper coach. He's reasonably good, so we'll keep him. Ian Hutton is a fitness coach, and he's not bad. I think we'll probably keep him. George Lawty is terrible, so I'm going to get rid of him. So he's going to go. He's a performance analyst. Actually, let's just put him back in a minute. And let's have a look at his performance analyst stats. Analysing data is 12. So he can go as a performance analyst. So George Lawty moves to performance analyst. I don't want him coaching. Right. I don't want him as my assistant manager. Secondary job, I want it as none, preferably. Right. There's no way to select none for that. Performance analyst. I'll make him a coach as second one, and I'll change his contract afterwards. Head physio, Craig Heldon, are you any good? Not really, so he's gonna go. Jane Jackson, are you any good as a physio? You're better than the other guy. So I will make Jane Jackson head physio and sack Craig Heldon completely. We need to keep an eye on the budget, actually. We are only using a fraction of it so far, so that's good. Chief Scout. Pretty useful, to be honest. So I'm happy with that. Steve Simmons, you can stay. Recruitment analyst. Is he any good? Yes, he is, so he can stay in the job. I don't care about the under 18s. And they haven't got a load of the rest. So assistant manager I'll have to hire because we now don't have one. So we'll sort that out after we join. So we'll confirm those changes, and I'll be back in a moment to confirm whether or not we get offered the job. Okay, well they have come back to me the very next day and made me an offer. So we are going to negotiate it, because I was on more than that in my previous job. They're offering me a 2-year contract, which is absolutely fine. I was on 750 in my previous job, so I want 750 quid a week. I'll take a 10% pay rise for promotion, and we'll drop the relegation wage drop to 25%. I will lock the wage. In fact, no, I won't. Let's see what they do with that. They're absolutely fine. They've agreed. So on that basis, we're going to finalise the deal, and it looks like we're on our way to Notts County. So we'll exit the talks. Job offer has indeed been accepted. So I'll be back in a moment when we are officially confirmed as Notts County manager. Okay, well here we go. Official confirmation with the breaking news announcement that Notts County have today confirmed the appointment of Jamie Sheehan as the club's new manager. Eyebrows have apparently been raised in the world of football at the appointment of the 46-year-old who's recently spent time away from club football and is sure to face plenty of questions when he faces the media for the first time at Meadow Lane. Sheehan arrives with a record of 69 wins, 41 draws and 46 defeats in his career. He has also won a league title. His first game in charge will be against Barnet in the National League on the 11th of October 2025. He replaces previous manager Steve Evans. Luke Williams was considered to be the favourite for the job, but it's unclear whether the club favoured Sheehan all along. Sheehan has shuffled the club's backroom staff around, with Jane Jackson moving into a new role. Meanwhile, Craig Heldon has parted company with the club following the change in management. Sheehan prefers to use a 4-3-3 DM wide formation. I certainly do. Sheehan struggled at Grimsby Town and was eventually sacked, and will now be hoping for a better experience upon taking the Notts County post. Notts County have been disappointing in the Vanarama National League so far this season and find themselves in 24th place. Notts County have lost 3 of their last 5 games in the league. Notts County have lost 3 of their last 5 matches in total. Recent reports indicated that Geraldo Bajrami is unhappy at the club, which is something Jamie Sheehan will have to deal with as soon as possible if he's to enjoy a smooth start. So that's the official confirmation. I'll be back in a moment when I'll show you the team that we've got to work with, and we'll go about setting them up in some kind of tactic. Okay, well here we are. This is the squad we've got to work with. It's absolutely massive, and there are a load of players who should not be in this squad at all. The first thing to note is we really don't have anybody who is even remotely close to being good enough to be our goalkeeper. So sorting that is going to be our immediate priority. At right back, we've got loads of options, and most of them are quite good. So obviously Barton's injured. How long for? 4 weeks, not too serious. But Brandon Brian Waugh is arguably the second best right back. In fact, he's not. He's third choice behind Leo Connor and Will Aimson, although I know from the fact that Will Aimson used to play for Plymouth Argyle that he is better at centre back, so I'm probably not going to use him as a right back. So it will probably be Lee O'Connor and Brandon Brian Waugh that we have as our right backs. Centre backs, obviously, Will Aimson is going to be in there somewhere. He's very good for this level. Geraldo Bajrami is definitely good enough. And Freddie Pitts and Aidan Baldwin aren't bad, so they're certainly good enough to be the backups. Left back, we've got 2 decent left backs and 1 with the potential to be good. So Brad McGregor, he's on the loan list. We probably will look to loan him out. And we've then got 2 right wing backs who are completely useless in terms of current ability. One has good potential, so we'll probably loan out Charlie Wedderburn and sell Fen Davis. We've then got right midfielders in the form of Liam Shepherd, who's very good, and Niall McManus, who isn't. So I'll probably see if I can push Liam Shepherd further forward and potentially keep him around. We then move into central midfield. Ed Francis is the best central midfielder at the club. We've then got Alfie Allen. We've got Harrison Dudjak, who's not bad. And that's basically it. So we need to strengthen in central midfield a little bit. We've then got Will Ferry, who's a reasonable left-sided midfielder. Again, we need to explore whether he can be moved further forward. And Haiber Suia, we absolutely need to move on. In terms of right wingers, Morgan Roberts is pretty good. And then we've got 2 decent backups in Munikan Dafa and Ashton Missin. And then on the left-hand side, we've got Lee Angle and Nick Cerula, who are both pretty good. Also Billy Chadwick as well. Stephen Wern, I think I had him on loan at my previous club actually, at Grimsby. But he's only 2.5 star current ability, so probably we'll look to move him out on loan. And Seb Thompson is another one who's 3-star current ability. So left wingers we're well stocked for. And then up front we've got Jaden Stockley and Colm Whelan, who are both very, very good indeed. And then Isaac Sijward, who we are going to look to move on. So I'll be back in a moment to tell you what's coming up next. Okay, well here is the fixture list, and as you can see, first up we are away to Barnet, and I'll then play the Telford United game off camera, and we'll come back and I'll show you Bromley at home in the National League. Both of those matches will be on the next episode, and if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.